If you have this nagging feeling that your life could be better than this, or that you're living beneath what your life could be, then it's probably true. If you go to bed at night and then you wake up every morning with grand ideas of solutions that you could build, of the life that you could have, and maybe sometimes you even feel jealous when you see other people succeeding, and there's just that tiny feeling of this could be me, that is your cue and your call to significance. But by now, you already know that intentions are never enough, because if intentions and desires are everything that you need, then every Joe on the street will probably be successful and significant. I discovered the bridge between potential and purposeful, between potential and prosperous. And that bridge is execution. 2026 is the year of execution. It's everywhere. The handwritings are on the wall. And this is for you whose notes and journals are filled with grand ideas, with what you think you could be, but you never take action. This is not the year not to take action. In 2026, execution becomes a catalyst for living a purposeful and a prosperous life. I came up with something. I'm going to call it the purpose and prosperity roadmap. If you have a better name, you can let me know. But the simple idea is everybody starts with potential. That's where everybody, or most people are. That's what we all start with. This raw, unprocessed state of unbridled energy where there's so much that you could be. Like, it's just like a plain slate, but it's unprocessed, it's raw. That's where everybody is, or that's where most people start. Then there's a forward arrow that, and this forward arrows, they represent catalysts. So catalysts in chemical reactions or equations are things that speed up any situation. Like, they can take you from ground zero to level 10 or level 100. So when you move from potential, there's a forward arrow, and on that forward arrow is intimacy with God, right? If you remember your chemistry, is intimacy with God. And what happens when you have a relationship with God, when you are intimate with God, is there's a definition of identity, of who you are. And there's this popular song by Jose, and a part of the lyrics say, "When I know you, I find me," right? So most people will ask, "What's my purpose? What am I supposed to do?" I just say the answer is find God, and then you're going to find out who you are. So once that intimacy part is ongoing, there comes clarity, right? Clarity about what you could do, clarity about what you should be doing part time. And from there, you move to purpose. So there is clarity of purpose. So do you see it now? It starts from potential to there's the catalyst of intimacy with God, which gives you clarity of purpose. Then when you get to the purpose stage, you also now need to move to the next stage. It's not enough that you know who you are. It's not enough that you know what you're supposed to be doing. The question is, are you actually doing it? So there are different people in different stages. Some people are in potential. They don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't even have an idea, the faintest clue, right? And then there's the people that are in purpose. They have clarity, but then they struggle to get things done. They struggle to actually do the things that they have written down in their journals for 5 years, for 3 years, for 2 years, right? So what moves you from purpose to the next stage is instructions and obedience. That's your next catalyst. Instructions and obedience. So when you have this relationship with God, one of the things that I think should happen with your prayers or with your time with God is it should give you instructions. And then your responsibility is obedience. So I like to say execution is actually obedience. So you move from that purpose stage of instruction and obedience, catalyzed by instruction and obedience, to the place called execution and productivity. This is where you actively get to start to work on everything that you've received, right? And this is where a lot of people struggle. This is where people have questions. I have the fear of what will people say. I don't know, the fear of success, the fear of failure. Will it work? Will it not work? I'm not sure that I'm the right person for the job. But this is where you actually make a decision. This life that I say that I want, what will I do to get me there? So once that is done, you then move to the next stage. And what powers the next stage is audacity. Audacity to take action. That's your next catalyst. And that is where you get to the end point, which is prosperity. This is not a linear formula or a roadmap. Sometimes it's different undulating seasons. But if you follow this roadmap, I promise you that you will get to prosperity. And prosperity is not just about money. You know, when we talk about prosperity, people think that it's just wealth, cash, financial prosperity. But prosperity is actually all encompassing. It's that life of, should I call it bliss? It's that life where things work for you. It's not just financial prosperity, it's relational prosperity, spiritual prosperity, mental prosperity, and then financial, which everybody's always talking about. So this is the purpose roadmap. This is the purpose and prosperity roadmap. But let me put it to you that there is an opposite of it, the poverty roadmap as well. This one, what it looks like is people move from that potential that I said everybody starts from. But instead, what their own catalyst is self-doubt. Self-doubt of, am I the right person for the job? Can I do this? What if it fails? Those are their own catalysts. What will people say? This constant need for approval, this approval addiction. These are things that are our own catalysts. And guess what it moves them to? It moves them to procrastination. So nobody just procrastinates because they don't just want to do it. There's always an underlying reason. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what people will say. And then from there, they move toward poverty. They move to poverty. So I want to encourage you that 2026 is truly the year of execution. If anything will change this year, you need to change. The you that would go into the promised land, the you that will become all those things that you see in your mind's eye, is not the same person that saw it. It is not the same person that sees a vision that accomplishes the vision. So I want to encourage you to take a moment and take a pause and ask yourself, who do I want to become? What are the things that I want? And then the accompanying question is, who do I need to become? In order to help you, I created a wonderful resource. I'm not going to lie, this might probably be my best work up until now, and I've done some great and amazing things. And I called it the 100 Acts of Execution and Productivity. This book will yield you. This book, it's not just going to tell you what you need to do in terms of execution, acts of productivity. It will heal the wrong mindsets that you have carried for the longest time about yourself. And so for the next 72 hours, it's currently at a 50% discount, and I want to encourage you to get it. The best way to use this book is every day you get an act. Every day you get a new act. So please go on the link that is added to the screen. Get your copy of 100 Acts of Execution and Productivity. I'm rooting for you. Don't forget, 2026 is the year of execution and prosperity. I'll see you in the next. Bye.